Ever wonder what happens when you ignore a warning label? Well, one afternoon, a kid was just making a simple sandwich in the kitchen. Everything seemed normal, just some bread, cheese, and sausage. But then they spotted a tiny, peculiar label. It read, "Do not add sauce." Now, who could resist a challenge like that? A little bit of sauce couldn't hurt, right? The kid shrugged, grabbed the bottle, and squeezed a big dollop right on top. What happened next was totally unexpected. Suddenly, the sandwich started to glow with a strange, magical light. The ingredients began to shake and jump all on their own. The cheese started dancing, the sausages spun in the air, and a cartoon mouth appeared on the top slice of bread, yelling something nobody could understand. The kid, completely shocked, let out a scream. This was no ordinary sandwich anymore. It was alive. And then it was off. The sandwich sprouted tiny bread legs and bolted, starting a wild chase all around the kitchen. The kid scrambled after it, but this little sandwich was fast. It bounced across the counters, leaped over the sink, and even zipped into the fridge, only to pop right back out a second later. With each jump and every bounce, something even weirder was happening. The sandwich was getting bigger, and bigger, and bigger. It was a fun, chaotic mess, with the sandwich leaving a trail of crumbs in its wake. Just when the kid thought things couldn't get any crazier, the now enormous sandwich stopped. It hovered in midair and began to spin faster and faster, glowing with all the colors of the rainbow. It was a whirlwind of light and magic. The bread, cheese, and sausage all started to melt and reshape right before the kid's amazed eyes. The spinning vortex of color twisted and turned, transforming into something entirely new. When the light finally faded, a giant rainbow lollipop stood where the sandwich had been. Now there was a 2-meter-tall rainbow lollipop living in the house. It was a sight to behold. This giant candy walked around, sat on the couch to watch TV, and even tried to fit in the kid's bed. Of course, being a giant lollipop, it left sticky, colorful candy trails absolutely everywhere. The house became a playful, sweet, and slightly messy wonderland. It was fun for a while, but cleaning up after a giant walking lollipop is harder than it looks. Finally, feeling a little guilty about the whole sauce incident, the kid went up to the giant lollipop and said, "I'm sorry I didn't listen." In that moment, the lollipop burst into a cloud of shimmering sparkles, and just like that, it was gone. The kitchen returned to normal, as if nothing had ever happened. But on the table, a small glowing note appeared. It simply said, "Next time, try chocolate sauce." Looks like this magical food adventure might not be over after all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.